All right, shalom, shalom. I'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Makar Kodash. And say double honors and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And say salutations and give salutations to the 144,000, along with the mixed multitude of men, women, and children, the elect of Israel, whom this truth it will be as a seed sprung up out of good ground. Okay, I'm the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And I'm not sure what I want to title this lesson, but it's going to be around, this gospel going out across the four corners of the globe. This gospel has gone out, especially with the advent of the internet from the apostles getting on in 2007, even until this very day, constantly putting up videos, edifying against all odds, as likewise you brothers, and what inspired this lesson real quick. I was watching a documentary on these men called the Last Poets, and as I'm watching it, you see it on your screen. This scene came up, right? I didn't play it. They were just, they're in New York City. They're in New York City, and they're, I guess that's where they're from, is New York City. And you see Jake doing the work, pushing the work. Yeah, like I don't know where these brothers are at. I don't know if they still in the truth. I don't know what camp they belong to, but this shows you that, hey, this word is going out. It's been out. It's like there's no excuse. Like Yahweh Shai said, if he had not come, you would have in a cloak for your sins. But he have come, so we have no cloak. And they got this a 12 tribe sign. They got all the right 12 tribes on here, okay, from the so-called Negro, so-called West Indian, Haitian, Dominican, Guatemalan, the Panamanian, Puerto Rican, Cubans, and you can tell like these dudes must have came out of they had to come out of One West, And again, I'm not sure who these men are. They don't go into it, and it's just a short scene in this documentary, but it was spiritual that of all things they could have showed, they showed this. The whole all that African mumbo jumbo, all the Islam, all of the Muslim rhetoric, all of the Christian doctrine, that stuff don't stand the test of time, but this truth do. All right. And again, like this is what inspired this lesson, because we're out here doing this work. We're out here doing this job where other men have come in and left. You got other men that stayed and continue on. That's why the scripture says, well, we enter into other men's labors. But I just thought it was spiritual, that of all the scenes that could have showed, they showed this, man. So Jake ain't got no excuse, man. This is the book of St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come, right? And we're at that point where the end is coming. This word has been spread across the world, the globe, the entire globe. It says in the NLT, in the good news, right? The good news is that we're getting out of captivity. Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us from this hard bondage that we have been made to serve. From at the decade of constant oppression and destruction, centuries, bro, centuries, and you can go millennia. You see the so-called Jew, they try to perpetrate this fraud like they've just been to oppress people for millennia. They basically stepping in our shoes, trying to control the narrative by holding on to something that never happened to them. But it's definitely happening to a lot of people, and you see it. This is from the 90s, this is from 97. And I know the apostles and the bishop elders was out there during this time, This is like right after the One West had, split up, But the point of the matter is they've been out here and they're doing this work. And because of the YouTube, especially the advent of the internet, because back in 97, the internet wasn't as big as it is today. YouTube didn't exist. Shit, I don't even think Google existed. You know what I'm saying? It's 97. It wasn't much of it. It was still like, I forget the name of that old Internet Explorer. You know what I mean? But this wasn't being pushed on that level it is today. So again, St. Matthew uh, 24 and 14 in the NLT, and the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world so that all nations will hear it, and then the end will come. And how did they didn't hear it just from this documentary, just from 97, you know, but it's on the YouTube. And they didn't hear it from the last poets. You didn't hear it from Malcolm X. You didn't hear it from Martin Luther King. You didn't hear it from these so-called revolutionaries from back in the day. You heard it from Abba Bivens, and he taught it to the men that he taught to. He taught High Priest Ariyah, King Masha, you know, and men like the Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Wakar, you know, great men that put this, that did the work, that stepped in, that entered into these men's labor and pushed it to a higher level. You know, I'm sure growing up in New York City, people were seeing the Israelites was commonplace at one point. You know, in Philly, I ain't never really see them like that growing up. You know, I didn't come into the truth or know anything about the truth to 2013 when I got out the army and I was living here in Hawaii. You know, but how did I get this word? Through the fact that the apostles and the bishop elders and the brothers on down, you know, all them brothers up in the main camp were pushing hard. The brothers in Jersey, you know, pushing hard. You know, those are some of the few camps that I started watching in the beginning. You know, but this gospel has gone out into the world. Where I live all the way in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, bro. It's literally nothing outside of this island around us but water on all four sides. But yet this message was able to go out. So again, in the gospel, in the good news about the kingdom, yeah, because what is the good news about the kingdom? That we, the Israelites, we're going to have a place of our own. It's going to be established on our own, and it's going to be true peace. It ain't going to be no war. We're not going to have to worry about the Arabs kicking up dust, trying to fight back, the Edomites or these other nations fighting back. It's not going to be a constant battle and struggle. Nah, it's going to be over. The like the Lord said in the book of Lamentations 4 and 21 through Jeremiah, right? Lamentations 4 and 21. I'll try to make this quick. It's all in spirit. It's a Sabbath anyway, so it's good. It says, Lamentations 4 and 21, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Right? Because you Edomites, you're in a rejoicing state. Look at what they're doing in our land. You got these small hats. They're rejoicing that they're bodying and destroying and, you know, mercilessly killing these Arabs. Like they really fighting like that's their land. You know, and they're the daughter of Edom. That's Amalek. But what's that cup that's going to pass through unto thee? That cup of oppression, destruction. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. Meaning, her sins are going to be shown. Her sins are going to be realized throughout the world. All these nations are going to see it. You know, see these devils. They get to control the narrative, and they could tell you what they want to tell you, and you just supposed to believe it, pushing that Edomite supremacy. You know, nobody has a question about that. I was watching a video earlier today, and it was an Edomite. They had basically a fake tabernacle set up in the middle of the desert in Israel, so people can walk through and check it out. And you got Edomite priest up in there with the, you know, dressed up as an Israelite, a Levite priest, but he's an Edomite with a long, stringy brown beard. You know, just that's white supremacy, man. But the Lord told him to rejoice, because this is your world. This is the end. You're the end. The heathens will never have another time to rule, and you Edomites, you're never going to get into power again, ever. You're going to come down low. So that's that cup passing through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. That's good news, because we're still in captivity. We're in punishment now. You know, Jake thinks that they're free, you know, because you can show off, you can go places, you can, you know, basically give into the lust of the flesh, and it's all, you feel like you ain't getting judged for it. But nah, we in punishment right now. We catching hell right now. It says the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, but yet Yahweh Bashan Shai tells us that our the punishment of our iniquity is done. It's been accomplished. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. So we don't gotta worry about captivity no longer, man. We ain't gonna be pressed underneath for our enemies. We're not gonna be harassed by our enemies anymore. We're not gonna be made a mockery in front of our enemies or behind our backs. It's not gonna happen no more. He's not gonna carry us away into captivity again. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And that's what them being naked is. Their sins are going to be discovered. All right. It says in the NLT, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink the cup of the Lord's anger. You too will be stripped naked and drunk in your drunkenness. That's right. So they're going to have to face the Lord's anger because we did, you know, and to see, you know, 12 tribe chart, you see brothers out there hitting the line. That's mercy. That's complete mercy from Yahweh Basham Shah. You know, that's mercy that the Lord's like, he ain't forgot about us, man. You know, in 97, I was still in high school. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I knew absolutely nothing about life. I knew absolutely nothing about the scriptures. I knew absolutely anything, but a time was set for me to wake up and see it. And so when I see videos like this, it's like looking back in a time capsule, but and you see that Israel always been here. The message was there. But you got to have eyes to see and ears to hear. Going back to St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world so that all nations will hear it, and then the end will come. And when they hear it, they're going to know, this is it. This is it, man. You know? And this is a beautiful chapter, St. Matthew 24. I was watching a video yesterday. Apostle Tuvar said, yeah, that's a good lesson to do a video on. I mean, a good chapter to do a video on. And it might be this video. This is Psalm chapter 19, verse 4. It says, their line is going out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. How did this happen? Did this happen during the time of the apostles and whatnot? The disciples became apostles? No. They went in the areas that they lived in, Asia Minor, North Africa, you know, East Africa. Those could eat all the way to East India, you know. But it mainly, and who were they going to? They're going to the dispersed of Israel, you know, because Babylon, and then you had our people in Elam land living over there, you know. But this word went out through the internet in our time. This wasn't for that time, but King David prophesied about this thousands of years before it even happened. It says their line is going out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them have he set a tabernacle for the sun. And in the NLT it says, yet their message has gone throughout the earth. What is our message? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. The good news of the gospel that our enemies are going to be destroyed. Yahweh Bashar Shai is coming to destroy this place. Okay, and his enemies are Babylon the Great, the Edomites. Two-thirds of Israel going to be destroyed for their disobedience and continuous rebellion. It says, yet their message, but salvation is for us. Salvation is come for us, the Israelites. True salvation. It says, yet their message has gone throughout the earth, and their words to all the world. How did that happen? Was it a letter written and it was mailed out to everybody? Nah, it was the internet. The Most High has made a home in the heavens for the Son. You know? That's right. That's right, man. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashar Shai, Yahweh Bashar Shai rests in all of us, man. So again, like I said, I saw this video. I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like 12 tribe sign just hanging in the middle of a documentary about the last poets, man. You know, it was just there. It was just a scene, New York City, you know, something to see in New York City in 1997. Again, I don't know where these men are at, but they better repent if they still on the earth. You know, Jake got down and then they left. But guess what? It was real. It was men that was worthy to pick up the mantle and keep going. Lord willing, we endure to the end. All right, because this is truly a blessing. Yahweh Shai is coming back. This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Yahweh Shai went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Right, because he was prophesying about 70 AD when the Roman army under under Emperor Vespasian, his son Titus, and he had a man by the name, an Israelite man by the name of Tiberius Julius Alexander, made waste to our land and destroyed the temple. It says in verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And again, he was prophesying about the future that we're living in. All right? Because the disciples at the time, they were young in the spirit, so they didn't really understand what he was saying. So they would pull him to the side and say, Lord, can you explain that? What you mean by that? Say, well, it's going to be people raising up, acting like they're the Messiah, and deceiving many. There's going to be people saying that they were set by the Lord to be prophets and deceiving many. You got even men that change the name of the Lord and deceiving many, thinking that they going to get some type of reward for that. They will, but it's going to be hurtful reward for that. They're going to be destroyed. At least you repent, Anyway, it says, again, verse 4, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Shit. Are we not seeing that today? October 12th, 11:47 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and that shit is going. They raging. People are dying right now as we speak in Palestine and Israel, in our homeland right now. Right? Because of the heathen are running about and running amok. They losing their fucking mind over there right now. And you hearing these wars, and you hearing did not Netanyahu say that they were at war on October 7th? He said they was at war. So what you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. All people talking about is this going to bring in Russia? It's going to bring in our land. It's going to start up another Middle Eastern conflict. They've been fighting like a motherfucker in that sandbox for decades, bro. For what? Because them Edomites are can't be satisfied. Ain't gonna be no peace in the Middle East or any place on this earth until Yahweh Shai come, man, and set up the righteous, which is the elect of Israel. All right. And the Lord, when he comes to bring peace, he comes to bring it for the Israelites. He not bringing peace to you, to the heathen nations, man. But you're going to hear wars and rumors of wars. He was letting them know, like, look, when y'all come back in a reincarnation, when you are reborn in this world, you're going to hear all these things. But he told them, see ye be not troubled. And those things, they don't trouble us. We look forward to it. We get excited. But it's not troubling us. Like, oh, man, they're going to drag us into war. We're going to be drafted. Nah, fuck out of here. That's not going to happen for the hopeful elect, bro. It says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these things you're going to hear and see, they got to happen. But it ain't the end yet. That end is when the nuclear missiles are shooting to America, and Yahweh Shai is coming right along with them, and saving his elect. It says, for nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And you're seeing that right now. Shit, just like this year alone, there was several major uprisings. That shit that was happening in Paris, they just forgot about that. Nobody even talking about Paris. Then you had Ukraine, Then you got the Israeli-Palestine war again. That's going crazy, and that's basically not even a war. They just mercilessly killing people, man. I saw videos of that today. Like they were destroying each other, man. The Palestinians and the Israelis, man. They're losing their minds over there, and they getting medieval over there, and they're desecrating them dead bodies. They losing their minds. But guess what? This is a part of the sign. Real quick, it's the book of Second Ezra chapter 9. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And the vast majority of the people of the world don't even see this as a problem or like as an issue. You know, yeah, everybody's talking about some praying for Israel. Everybody, they're like that's going to help. Who you praying to? Because if you praying to your how about Shem Shai for them heathens, he ain't hearing none of that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't hearing none of that. You know? So that's what you got to ask. And most of them use they praying to Ali Akbars and them other them Israelis. They don't believe in the Most High, so they just doing what they want to do over there. You know, and you got people out here, Jake out here, you know, throwing up prayers and trying to get all sad and sorry for them people. Fuck them people, man. Both of them nations, because they don't belong over there. This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So you see all this trauma, all this confusion, all this destruction, all of this nation against nation anger happening. Guess what? These are signs that the highest, Yahweh Shai, is about to visit this world which he made. Yeah. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and this was written before Yahweh Shai spoke these words to the disciples, showing you that this link up with scriptures. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these things were prophesied even from the very beginning. They were already set and written. It was already written in the heavens, man, that this is going to happen. Going back into Matthew, St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and it shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. In the NLT it says, nation will go to war against nation. Right, and the Great War, World War III, is about to happen. You know? And kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. Right, and that's going to happen at an extra, at an enormous rate when the system collapses. Because it's going to get out of control of the Edomites. And it's going to be a domino effect. All right, it ain't going to be no them rising from the ashes like a phoenix. That's not going to happen. And once supply lines stop, and when you're at war, there is no supply lines for the people. There's going to be extreme rationing. There's going to be a lot of shit going on, and famines and pestilence. These pestilence are diseases, earthquakes. You know, they happening now, but they're going to be at an astronomical rate when all this destruction happens in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And that's happening. That happened then, and it's going to happen now. Some of us going to have to be martyrs, and that's okay. That's all right. The Lord's going to deliver us either way, right? They said we're going to be hated for the name of the Lord. You got these Christians running around here talking about Jesus this, Jesus that, God. You know, ain't nobody hating them. These Israelis get to kill people and destroy their neighbors with impunity. Just with impunity, they just do whatever they want. You know, they're not being hated, and if they are hated, it's because look what they're doing. Nobody just hating them the way they hate Jake. Jake ain't got no power, but everybody hates us, from our own women to our children to the world, to the other nations, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening to the small hats, you know. But how much more for the namesake of the Lord? Because they're gonna find a way to turn it around on us. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Yes. And that's happening now. It's gonna be even more when this thing people start drawing lines in this thing. Especially when people you ratting people out to get you an extra ration. You know, that's why we live very solitary lives, man. We don't get too mingled up with people, whether it be our family in the world or in these worldly shit, because these people are going to be like reservoir dogs out here. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Say in the NLT. And many will turn away from me and betray and hate each other. Yep, many will turn away from me and betray each other and hate each other, especially when the persecution comes. You know, oh man, you tore my life up, man. Da 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 da. I ain't know it's supposed to be like this. Blah. People losing their mind, and they're gonna betray one another. People that you thought was brotherly and cool, they're gonna be ratting. They're gonna be snitching. You know, and will hate one another. They're gonna be like they really gonna be on some hate shit. And it says, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And you seeing that. You seeing a lot of that happen at this moment that we're living in right now. You know, people claiming that they're sent by the Lord, but they lying to you. They're not telling you what the MOTB is. They're not being honest about the mark of the beast. They're not being honest about the name of the Lord. They're not being honest about the brotherhood. They just wicked. Niggas is just out here, and while they're doing it, they're deceiving many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? People ain't gonna have no love for one another, man. You know, all that love and we need to come together and shit. That ain't gonna happen on this side. It says because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold, and you see that. These people out here, they doing things, and I don't care. They'll watch you get put to death and film it, so they can put it on World Star or put it on one of these gore sites, so they can get some clicks. You know, people won't even help you if you're in need. They can pull out the phone. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we got to endure all these things until the very end. And then you're going to be saved. These Christians will say, well, I'm saved now. I'm saved because I'm saved in the blood of Christ. All these people ask a modern day Christian, are you saved? Oh, yeah, I'm saved. I've been saved since 96. I used to be on crack. And the Lord cleaned me up. And I've been riding for Christ ever since. Nah, nigga, you ain't saved until the end, till it's all said and done. You know, it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And that's how you know we at the end, because this gospel has gone out into the world. Again, this is an example of that. This from 97, man. This from 97. Jake been out there. From the apostles, the bishop elders, and all the brothers on down. Been out there grinding, showing the truth, giving you the truth. Again, I don't know who these men are. I don't know if these brothers are still in the truth. I don't know what these guys are doing, but I know what the apostles and the bishop elders are doing, and what they have taught us and continue to teach us, and that's to endure unto the end. So, Lord willing, we can be saved. And this gospel shall be preached in a world for the witness unto all nations. We got brothers all over the planet. You know what I'm saying? This, and then you can't tell me that Esau don't know what's going on. He ain't no nigga in that sense. He not simple. He knows exactly where the prophets are at, and how many, and how often they go out there and what they doing. You know, but he ain't saying nothing about it. You know, and that's spiritual because the Lord has given us an opportunity to do this work. But the end is coming. Perilous times, verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination, so this goes back and forth because some of this stuff was set for the time that was shortly after Yahweh's death and resurrection and ascension into the Most High, to the Heavenly Father. Some of it points to the day. It says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let them understand it. And who was that desolation or that abomination that set up in it? That was Tiberius. I think it was Vespasian, Titus and Vespasian, when he walked up in there and they desecrated the holy temple, the holy place, man, the sanctuary, and they destroyed it. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Right. So some people escaped. A lot of people died. A lot of Jake escaped. Millions of Jake escaped to the corners of North Africa, West Africa, to East Africa, to Europe, to Eastern Asia. Jake was just on a move for centuries. Just moving. Setting places up. Creating kingdoms. But the Lord told him, like, when you see all this happen, this is a sign for y'all. Hey, get the hell up out of there and flee to the mountains. Let him which is on a house step not come down and take anything out of his house. Right. So he had to leave with whatever he had on his feet and on his back. Jake wasn't packing clothes and getting the cat and the dog and putting it on a cart and rolling up out of there. No, they had to get up out of there as soon as they seen them armies come. And when they besieged Jerusalem, it was a wrap. It was a terrible thing. And it started in 66 AD and it culminated in 70 AD. Some say 71, but it was mainly 70. They destroyed it. Neither let him which is in the field return to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, right? Because it was hard for them women back then. You know what I'm saying? But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, right? Because in the winter, you got to contend with that cold. And on the Sabbath, you're resting. So it was terrible, For then shall be great tribulations. Now we skipping up into a future time, which we're living in, right? It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And that's what's about to come. You read about that same precept in Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. Daniel 12 and 1. Yep. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up. It's going to be so bad out here. The Lord going to have to send his number two. Well, Yahushua is going to send his number one archangel. Because Yahushua is the number one. He's the son. The living power of the living power. But he going to have to send Michael, a war angel, to stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And the only ones that's going to be written in that book is the elect of Israel, right? You can't erase nobody's name from it. You can't add nobody's name to it. They're already set. And we hoping and praying that we're some of those men that are saved. And I'm sure you women that's watching too, if you watch these videos. That's going to be saved. That's how bad the times that we're coming into are about to be. And Yahushua prophesied about that. Daniel prophesied about that. Right? It says, verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, because this thing is all about the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And you see it. Shit, we're in the 10th month, 2 more months, and we're in 2024. And Lord knows the hell that's coming in that year. It's going to be a bad year, a tough year for all. Lord willing, we out of here that year. Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be bad. And these days are running short. They're running real quick. You know what I mean? You go to sleep, you wake up, next thing you know, it's the next day. You know? Got to contend with these people. These people going to their jobs thinking that this shit going to last forever. Being demons to people, treating people like shit. You got these people out here chasing a infinite bag, thinking it's going to last. Man, these days are running short. Y'all can't even enjoy this shit that you're chasing. You know what I'm saying? Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, there believe it not. For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible to deceive the Lord's elect, because he has given us the truth. He has revealed the 100% truth unto us, you know, and we're not ignorant to Satan's devices either, you know. But you're going to have these false prophets and these false anointed people claiming to be somebody, and they're not. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if ye shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So when Yahushua is come, he's coming from the east, and he's going to be standing on a chariot, and he's going to come with the heavenly host of angels, and Michael, his archangel. Michael's like a general in the Lord's army, man. Every army got generals, right? See what I'm saying? And they ain't talking about General Yohana. He's nowhere to be. He's not going to be nowhere. His fat ass is not going to be there. You know, I'm sorry about that. He ain't going to be there. You know what I'm saying? It says, for whosoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Yep. Glorious return, right? Immediately after the tribulation, then it skips forward again. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall give no light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. Right? Why is that? Because the nuclear missiles, the fallout, it's going to be broad daylight. They're going to turn black, and then the sun ain't going to be able to break through them clouds, man. Neither is the moon or the stars, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear a sign of the Son of Man in the heavens. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in clouds on the chariots of heaven with power and great glory. That's what the Lord is coming with. So it's going to be all that happening and salvation in him. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. Again, this thing is about the elect, man. Them angels are going to grab the elect through them chariots, and you're going to be seeing Jake flying up from the four winds, from all north, south, east, and west. All the elect is going to be gathered together from the one end of heaven unto the other. Yep. So I'm just going to read the rest of this, but I guess I'll save it. It's about 51 verses. Yeah. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of the trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds from the four winds, from one end of heaven even to the other. So yeah, the Lord's gonna deliver his people, man. And watching and seeing this, for me through the spirit was just a spiritual side. Like, man, this word has been out here for a minute, man. 97, that's like almost 30 years ago. Shit, about 30 years ago. And so with that, with all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Shem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone, for teaching the word in truth, sincerity, and for ruling well. Salutations to the elect. Keep pushing, striving. Almost out of here. Hey, shalom.